The 3 count question of the week.
So with the draft coming up, starting tomorrow on SmackDown, and continuing on Monday Night Raw, we're gonna talk about people that we want to see move from Raw to SmackDown and from SmackDown to Raw, or what. Maybe some call ups, because there are reports anyway that NXT is going to be involved with the WWE draft, at least in the form of call ups. So, but with the question of the week this week, I thought, why not look at what superstar we do not want to see on the move? And I feel like there's an obvious answer. So, like, maybe we'll give the obvious answer first, or at least to me, what's the obvious answer? What a lot of people said. To me, it's Roman Reigns. I don't want to see Roman on the move. There was quite a few people who responded either Roman or the Bloodline. One person said Austin Theory, so I guess they just want Austin Theory to remain in NXT. So, cool.
Of all the people you wanted to stay on a brand,
Right.
you pick him.
Yeah. I mean,
God bless you.
I would have been even fine if he would have stayed. You like, remember this summer when he was like off seriously for a while? That's the brand I could have been fine with him staying on. But Tim, if there's one outside of the tribal chief, outside of the big dog of the World Wrestling Federation Entertainment, is there somebody that you do not want to see on the move tomorrow or Monday?
I do not see this. I feel like this is cheating, but I'm going to do it anyways. I do not want to see the New Day split up again.
Okay.
Now that the New Day are whole on Raw, keep them together, and they can stay or move as long as they're together.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just for the simple fact that I feel like having the WWE title on Raw still makes sense. Changing it and putting the WWE title or bringing the Universal title over to Raw will mean we get the red strap again. And I don't want the red strap anymore.
And you're going to have
red
to do
strap is cursed.
Yeah, you're going to have to do that awkward moment in the back. Like, remember last year when was it the Street Profits and was it Xavier and Kofi just had to swap
it was the Street
belts?
Profits and the New Day, and they just literally just
had to swap the belts.
See, but what it would be this time is that like
you would have
Roman,
to pull the blue one from Roman and just hand him the red one.
He would walk into Commissioner Adam Pierce, or excuse me, WWE official Adam Pierce and Sonya Deville's locker room, and they're like, "Hey Roman, we're gonna need that shiny blue belt. You can have this one back. You know, the one that you had leukemia with. You can take this one."
Oh shit, that's right.
Yep,
he had to forfeit that one.
He had to forfeit the licorice belt.
Oh man, yeah. Let's not do that. Also, sidebar: is Sonya Deville ever coming back to actually wrestle, or is she just like, is she Dunsky after all like the shit? Because like I know she took the break when she had like the stalker trial and things.
I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with her.
Like an injury? I actually think she's great in the role that she's in.
I think so too. I haven't been more pleased with her work in quite some time. Like,
you know how good her and Adam Pierce are as WWE officials? You don't see people complain about them because they're not like a focal point of the show. They're there when you need them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense when they use them. It wasn't the Authority starting every Raw and every 9 o'clock hour and every 10 o'clock hour, or it wasn't the Raw GM, butting into every single match. It wasn't the anonymous Raw GM, emailing in during a promo. So like they like, because I do think that we are at a point where like I feel like we're so used to needing some sort of an quote unquote authority figure, the William Regal on
Mhm.
NXT, which he's been great. You know, you don't hear the complaints about him.
Right.
So that's why I just think that Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, with what they do on Raw and SmackDown, it just works out that well that you just don't hear about it. And yeah, I mean, if she doesn't come back, I'm fine with it. If she wants to come back and if she eventually does, I'm all for it. But yeah, I also don't know if there was some sort of injury situation that like we just don't
Sure.
know about, that they just kind of kept quiet, because like she did come from the MMA world as well. So like while her bump card was small in a wrestling sense, we don't know if there was any lingering issues from like her time in the MMA world. So either way, I'm fine with her continuing to kill it in that role.
For sure. Like I'm fine with either way. I'm going to be really sad when Stephanie McMahon shows up for this draft
You
and
think she
she
will?
announces she has for a
Oh, yeah.
while.
Well, I guess yeah, she did last year even still, right?
Yeah, because she split up the New Day.
Oh, that's right.
And we didn't have a draft during the pandemic.
Yeah, that was last year. Or when did the New Day split up? Was it last year?
2019.
Oh shit, that's right. So there wasn't a draft last year. Wow, that was
No, because last year they instituted the was
the
it the
brand to brand invitationals.
yeah, it was the wild not the wild card, but like the brand invitational where like you could go 6 superstars a year can switch for an episode. Like it's so wrestling. Like
Right.
it's so a wrestling thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, but I'm here for it. Now. What I would like to see is with this draft actually split Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville.
Okay, one gets
And
Raw,
have
one
like
gets SmackDown.
one be for Raw and one be for SmackDown, as Arnold is here.
Ooh, I wonder what Arnold has. But yeah, it's definitely what do you got? Is that jerky?
It's a French fry.
From?
Burger King. I recognize this fry from anywhere.
Yeah, they're okay.
I
I'm
I
more
get one for. Boy,
come on, Arnold is just
I may have pissed Arnold off.
oh no, what'd you do?
I don't know. You know how
What'd you
it be.
do?
You know how it be with your Arnolds.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true.
I could have just existed. I could have looked. I could have.
You could have used the wrong tone. You ever get the tone? You ever get the tone argument? You ever get the tone talk?
Nah, man.
I've got the tone talk.
Like, excuse me.
What did you? How it was? It's not even like what'd you say? It was like, huh?
You want to try it again?
Fuck, damn it. Yeah, I'll try it again. Or I could just say, be like, what? Why are you? What's wrong with you?
Just hit him with the Cartman.
Oh, yeah, because that would work well.
I said, yeah.
For me, back to the question of the week.
Yes.
For me, if not Roman.
Yeah.
Ryan also, I received a couple of letters on the door to the studio today.
Oh.
Ryan did say he would like to keep Roman Reigns on SmackDown.
The ooh-ah.
The ooh-ah, ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Ooh-ah. Ooh-ah.
To me, if I'm keeping another superstar on a brand that they are on, I'm probably keeping Charlotte on Raw. I feel like Charlotte Flair needs to remain on the Raw roster. Now, I think the Raw roster needs to get some retooling, but we will talk about that here in a minute. But I think given the 3-hour show, Raw does need a little bit more star power than SmackDown does.
For sure.
So I think Charlotte needs to stay there.
If I had to pick specifically a person, I would probably say I don't want Riddle leaving Raw.
That's a good one too. He's built for Raw, I feel like.
He's a Raw act.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I would now maybe I'll even expand it. So I'll keep Charlotte on Raw, and if I don't get to pick Roman,
Mr.
I think, and I'm going to stay in the women's division. I think Bianca Belair fits perfectly on Friday Night SmackDown.
Right.
So I would keep Bianca Belair on SmackDown. So breaking news, everybody: Charlotte to SmackDown, Bianca to Raw.
Right.
If my track record holds up.
That's very true.
But let's keep it going here, and we'll talk about the draft. It starts obviously tomorrow with SmackDown on Fox and continues Monday on Raw. So instead of kind of doing the thing that I think I'm doing on take 3, which is like drafting our rosters, I think we just not even necessarily I want these 5 to go from Raw to SmackDown, or which is kind of how I did it, because I do feel like a healthy dose of shakeup can do both sides good. But if that's not how you approached it, that's fine. But 5 superstars that you want to see end up on each brand, and then we'll talk about an NXT call up. But let's start with Monday Night Raw. So I have, we'll go one at a time and we'll discuss, because I think that's a fun way to do this. So I will start with a guy who we have seen go from a king to a man down on his luck to a man who's now living the good life. Happy Corbin. If there's not a more Monday Night Raw gimmick than Happy Corbin, I don't know what there is.
Right.
And I think a change of scenery could do him well. I think that gimmick can go on either show. But a move for him, and let's recognize the greatness that is Baron Corbin, King Corbin, Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin.
I've been saying this,
and I've been agreeing with you for a while. I have agreed with you. I wasn't a fan of the Lone Wolf.
Same. It's the same man.
I know, but once he became the Constable, is where I really started to go, man, this guy is good.
See, I hated Constable Corbin.
I mean, but you were supposed to.
Yeah, but no, because I was here for the Lone Wolf man.
Yeah, see, I wasn't.
I was here for End of Days and him just feeling his music, and now it's like he's still got the music, or does he still have the music?
No,
or is now his music all happy?
I don't know what his music is.
I don't know, but now he's hanging out with Riddick Moss, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know that I like that as much, but
that's a bad look.
Happy. Well, let's keep Riddick Moss on SmackDown / unemployed.
Right.
And but yeah, Happy Corbin. So it's the good life. This is you gonna open? It's not gonna open. Hold on. But I would move Happy Corbin to Raw. Who was the first one that you would want on Monday Night Raw?
I would move somebody who, while they have historical ties to SmackDown, I feel like they are better suited as a Raw superstar. I would like to see the rated R superstar, Edge, make his way from SmackDown to Raw.
Slot machine. Yeah, it's like Devin said here. He was at the live event. Hirsch is like happy. It's like casino music. That's not Lone Wolf.
How does one go from having the greatest wrestling entrance theme of this era to that was Dewdrop's theme. You can't tell me any different.
It's true.
This is what we had.
I mean, this one's it's a slapping. I've got to move it away for a minute because I think that's how I won't get like shadow banned.
And here comes Arnold again.
See, he heard his music playing. What's Arnold got? Another fry.
Two, my lord. 2 whole fries.
God damn it.
Man.
I'm out here on the struggle bus eating singular French fries one at a time. I haven't eaten French fries this slow probably since the first time I had French fries.
Ever. You know what song I've had in my head for 24 hours straight?
Go, baby.
That motherfucker slaps.
You know that's number 1 on the metal and the rock charts.
I've heard that, JR.
Huh.
All right. The second superstar. You gave yours. Yeah, you said it. The second superstar that I would move to Monday Night Raw would be, well, at one point he was he was Plan B. At one point he was a messiah. And that would be Seth Rollins. I think Raw needs Seth Rollins like Seth Rollins needs, I don't know, I won't say necessarily say Seth Rollins needs Raw. But and I don't know that it'll necessarily happen because I don't know that you're gonna split up a married couple with a baby. But unless the man Becky Lynch also moves to Raw, I don't have that happening. But I think Seth and everything he's doing with his over the top character but belongs more on Raw than it does on SmackDown.
For sure. Let me see here.
I did send you a roster list that I'm working off of.
Yep. So my fourth selection, I'm going to pick somebody out of the box.
Okay.
And it's not because I think they will succeed on Raw. It's because I think that who they are married to via television will succeed more by themselves on SmackDown.
Okay.
So I am moving Angelo Dawkins to Monday Night Raw to allow Montez Ford to have the singles run on SmackDown.
So you're tuckying Angelo Dawkins.
Yes, he is tucking. He is tuckied out of here. And Angelo Dawkins better hope he finds another Montez Ford on Raw. Because I foresee a lot of 24/7 championship opportunities for Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
I think that R-Truth is about to have another best friend.
Yep.
They're going to do so many great things together.
It'll be entertaining as shit.
Oh, it will.
Entertaining as shit.
Couldn't be more entertained. I think I'm thoroughly entertained just thinking about R-Truth, all the craziness R-Truth and Dawkins
Dude, you
would
ain't
get
kidding.
into.
You ain't kidding. But yeah, Montez getting that spotlight on SmackDown last week. I already knew that guy was a star. A lot of people realized last Friday night that Montez Ford is a star. Devin says Kevin Owens could go to Raw. I'd be fine with Owens on Raw. For the last 2 months of his contract. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily matters where Kevin Owens goes right now because I think Kevin Owens is He's destined for Wednesday nights, I think. Wednesday. He's also destined for Friday nights, just at a later hour
Yeah,
on
for different time
paid
zone,
on
different
paid
time slot.
television. My third to Raw, and I go to the women's division. My final three are in the women's division. But my first here is Naomi. Again, I also don't know that this will happen because you have the Bloodline on Friday nights. But I think, and I feel bad because I feel like Naomi's just gone from Raw to SmackDown to Raw to SmackDown, and they haven't been able, or they just haven't utilized her yet. But the Raw women's division needs more, and Naomi could be that more, especially with Alexa being out.
And I'll go with somebody who is absolutely built for sports entertainment. I'm going to go with a former Blackheart in her own right, Shotzi,
Okay, I
with the
like
big
that.
ass tank on Monday nights.
That's a Monday night act.
That's a Monday night ass act right there.
Sticking in the women's division, somebody who debuted, and I don't know if we've seen her since, and that's Toni Storm.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason it's not working on Friday. Let's get her on Monday. Also, the Jaguars have just gone up a 14 spot on the Bengals on Thursday
Boy,
night
I'm so
football.
glad I didn't pick the Bengals as my lock this week.
That's
So I'm in a survivor pool.
okay, so you're still alive?
I'm in a $2,600
Yo.
survivor pool.
Yo.
I'm
Here
in.
comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Week 1, I picked San Francisco.
Nice.
Week 2, I picked Green Bay.
Okay.
Week 3, I picked Arizona.
Okay.
Week 4, we went the Buffalo Bills.
And they play.
Who does Buffalo play this week?
I know I have a Bills player.
I believe they play somebody that some would call cupcake.
Texans. The Texans. Yeah, that's
Yes.
a safe play. That's a good play, Tim.
Considering that some people think that Deshaun Watson might play.
Yeah, playing for the Texans.
I know he's not playing for the Texans. So yeah, I got the Buffalo Bills. According to my ESPN pick'em, 99% of people have picked the Buffalo Bills.
Yep, that's a good play. That's a good play.
Because I feel like now, because there's 18 weeks, I didn't want to use any really big hitters in the first 3 weeks. That's why I went Arizona. That's why I went San
you
Francisco.
gotta reserve those for when you start to get into those tough weeks.
Yeah, like I'm gonna need a Tampa Bay later. I'm gonna need a Kansas City later. I'm gonna need a Baltimore Ravens later.
Sure.
Like I almost went Dallas this week.
I think that would have been safe. I mean, obviously we saw it ended up being safe, but I think you would have been safe there.
But
But
I mean this week, not last week.
oh, they play
Carolina.
Yeah, I don't
Carolina.
really believe in Carolina yet. They
Yeah.
played some pretty crappy teams to start.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't buy into. Are they still doing the London games? Do they know we're in a pandemic? Well, never mind. I don't care. Yeah, so October 10th, we have the 9:30 a.m. kickoff.
No thanks.
Yeah, Devin says don't pick the Dolphins. Yeah, that's an easy call. Tim, you're fourth.
I might take him down the line. Who knows?
Your fourth Raw pick.
My fourth Raw pick, I am going to send Le Dirty Dogs, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler to Monday Night Raw.
Okay, I like that. Definitely with a name like the Dirty Dogs, that feels like Monday Night Raw.
Them dirty dogs getting it raw.
There you go. And my fifth to Monday Night Raw, again staying in the women's division. We've seen her come back to the WWE. Been a little bit of a bumpy ride so far in the wins and losses category. It's a good thing they don't matter here. But Zelina Vega, I would have move to Monday Night Raw as well, and definitely put more emphasis on the women's division, Monday Night Raw.
In my last pick for moving to Raw, I will take another woman in the ladies division, the women's division. I am going to take Liv Morgan
Okay,
over to Raw.
I like that.
So that my picks for Raw are Angelo Dawkins, the Dirty Dogs, Liv Morgan, Shotzi, and Etch. Who is not on the SmackDown roster on...
Yeah, I think he's technically like one of those in-betweeners.
Yeah.
But he's basically been a SmackDown guy.
He's a
At least
SmackDown
as
guy.
of late. So we'll call it a SmackDown guy. Well, but it doesn't even necessarily have to be a SmackDown to Raw guy. You just want him declared on Raw.
Right.
So that works. My five, to remind everybody, Happy Corbin, Seth Rollins, Naomi, Tony Storm, Zelina Vega. Now we transition to SmackDown. Five superstars we want to see on SmackDown. Again, I did mine as kind of a big time shakeup. I didn't go with I want Roman to stay here, so that's one of my picks. So my first one, and I'm gonna break up the dream team here, but AJ Styles to Friday Night SmackDown. And whether or not it's getting into the Intercontinental title picture, because he did have an Intercontinental title run, right?
He
is
did.
a Grand Slam winner.
Grand Slam.
Grand Shalom. But or if if Roman needs some fresh challengers to beat up on, but I think AJ, the face that runs the place, get him back on the blue brand. I like there as well. So you're first, Tim, for SmackDown.
I am going to send the other half of that tag team to SmackDown. I'm sending my pick was going to be AJ Styles and Omos over. Since you took AJ, I'm sending Omos over. I think they fill that void that the Dirty Dogs would have had.
There you go.
During that time.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily want to see them broken up, but like Omos, I think could be a Raw single star as well, because like I feel like Raw is a place where you can get away with like just a big guy doing big guy things. Wow, the Jaguars are making the Bengals look silly.
Oh no.
Trevor Lawrence out here just running, throwing. It's man, it's not great for them. Devin says Alexa Bliss SmackDown, Ricochet to SmackDown, Drew McIntyre to SmackDown. I am going to go not with former WWE champion Drew McIntyre, but I am going to go with former WWE champion Bob. He has had a incredible run, basically since the start of the pandemic. If you would have told me at the start of 2020 that I'd be like a Bob Lashley dude, like I just never was. I wasn't watching during Lashley's first run. I didn't watch Impact. I didn't watch Bellator. Like Bobby Lashley, I never cared about it. But the Hurt Business, MVP, everything Lashley's been doing, absolutely fucking love it. He's kind of done all you can do. I mean, he's been almost year long WWE. I mean, he's been WWE champion for a long time. And that incredible cage match with Big E this past Monday. That feels like a great send off for Lashley. Get into that Universal title picture. You know, I'm not necessarily saying he should be the guy that eventually takes it off Roman, but eventually that title is going to be off Roman and get Lashley in that. So to me, Lashley goes to SmackDown.
Bobby.
And our picks are kind of in lockstep because I was also going to take Bobby Lashley, but I was also going to send Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. I was going to send the rest of the Hurt Business with him
Because they're back together now.
Yes.
Which I love. I mean, completely random. Didn't see it. Kind of came out of nowhere, but fuck it.
Hey man,
Get them back together, man. Why not?
while the New Day versus the Hurt Business sounded real good, the Hurt Business and the Bloodline.
Right.
My God.
Take my money.
Absolutely. My next pick to SmackDown is a guy that just got a new nickname. Paying some tribute. Keith.
Oh yes.
Bearcat Lee. I just feel like, man, if Keith Lee is going to prove Ryan's 0.0 chance thing for 2021 wrong, I think he's going to do it on SmackDown. I think he's got to break that Raw stank off of him. So give me Keith Bearcat Lee over on Friday Night SmackDown.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to stop taking my picks. Right now. You can stop that. But I'm gonna take a guy who, while I did move Edge from SmackDown to Raw, there's a person on the Raw roster. Edge.
Thank you.
While I did send him over to Raw, there is a person on the Raw roster to me that at height of his powers was a SmackDown superstar. And if there is a chance for him to find his last brush with glory, I am going to send Jeff Hardy to the SmackDown brand.
I like that. Yeah, I think a change of pace could definitely do Jeff Harvey well. Definitely get him away from the 24/7 7-Eleven European Championship for sure. All right, now I'm going to go into the women's division. Somebody who's out of commission right now, not somebody we talked about earlier in this show, but somebody that kind of carried the Raw brand through the pandemic.
I hate you taking all my picks, man.
I was like, am I going to do it? And that is going to be...
I'm taking Asuka.
Damn it, Tim took my pick. Yeah, no, to me, Asuka. Because here's the thing, like I moved 3 women's talent, so there has to be some give back, because otherwise you have a completely depleted roster. And I think Asuka coming back would do great over on Friday nights. But if I would give you Asuka, good Christ, there's hardly any women on the Raw roster.
I have a backup answer.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, do your backup.
So you would think that they are currently a member of the Raw roster. They are a member of the Raw roster. I'm stupid. But it's a person who has kind of cleared their dance card lately. They've kind of broken ties with old friends. They've put to pasture some old faces. I'm sending the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, to SmackDown.
Well, for the first time in this set of picks, you took my next one. that was my 5th pick was Shayna Baszler.
Shanana.
But yeah, boy, could she use a refresh. I mean, just 100%. All right, so you took my fifth. I'll move back into the men's division. And I will go with
Wayfair Demolition.
I don't want to do that to Friday Night SmackDown. No, I will go with I'll go with, you know what? Right now he's preoccupied on the Monday night. So I will go with a guy who had arguably the height of his powers on Tuesday night SmackDown Live's Talking Smack. That is the Real World's own, Dancing with the Stars' own, USA reality show's own Mike the Miz Mizanin. I will move to Friday Night SmackDown.
See, and I was going to leave him there so that I could send Johnny Drip Drip from Raw to SmackDown.
Now, does he lose the drip?
No.
Okay.
He stayed dripping. He's still America's Most Wanted.
He's still dripping.
Yeah, he's still.
My wife hates
America's Most Wanted.
Like, when she hears America's Moist Wanted, or she hears the drip stick, where she sees moist down the sides of Johnny Drip, or she hears Johnny Drip, and she is just, I hate this. She says she is not a fan of all of that.
Well, I'm sorry that John Morrison can't be Walter. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but if I did not pick John Morrison, because I'm gonna take into account that you've sent the Miz, and I don't want them to be married.
So yeah, let's keep them apart.
Yeah. There's one name on the Raw roster that he's been around for forever, but I don't think he's ever really had a run on SmackDown, except for a little bit of time a couple of years ago, where he was a really big focal point. And contrary to what you may or may not hear on the dirt sheets, until I see formal confirmation that this person is no longer with WWE, my last pick is going to be Shane McMahon.
There it is.
The best in the world.
I like you.
See, it is so much longer than it was last week.
I've never heard that before. All right, so my 5 from to SmackDown: AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley. If I get the goddamn mouse over there,
Bobby.
Keith Bearcat Lee, Asuka, and The Miz.
And my 5 are Omos, the remainder of the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, Jeff Hardy, Shayna Baszler, and the best in the world, the son of Vince McMahon.
Here we go.
Okay. And finally, because there is some buzz about the internet that there will be a call up or call ups, but we'll keep it at 1, or we can discuss, if there's anybody else.
They already gave it away. It's Bobby Fish to AEW.
No, we said call up. We said call up, not send down.
Call over.
Which, sidebar to that. So do we know when? I mean, Roddy Strong is the cruiserweight champion. Do we know when Strong and Cool Kyle, if I can find it, where the fuck is it?
You gotta have it ready.
Cool Kyle. I didn't know I was going there.
I don't know when their contracts are
Cool
up.
Kyle. But like, do we potentially see them at the end of contract moving, or like? But is it Adam Cole? He's home with his buddies, so it doesn't matter about the other three, right?
Yeah, like he's home. I think if anybody's got, I see Kyle and Adam have been like tied together forever. I feel like now is the point where they split. I just don't know if Kyle O'Reilly is right for the WWE.
Okay,
As
yeah,
odd as it sounds, like
no,
Roddy's coming up on the wrong side of 40
yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
But WWE's liking wrong side of 40 lately. Look at who they got. Like Damian Priest is almost on the wrong
I was
side
gonna
of
say,
40.
like Damian Priest, didn't we figure out he's like 38?
He's like, yeah, and Roderick Strong is
He's a rising star. But that's why NXT, like that's why we had the relaunch of NXT, because you need new stars.
Roderick Strong also 38. He old man.
That's not young. That's not young.
That's not wild or young for NXT.
Hey, I'm Conrad Thompson. I'll remind you, AJ Styles
was 44 years
44.
old.
Roll Tide.
Did I tell you I married Ric Flair's daughter? Megan.
Megan. Okay, yeah, like I had that. I'm like, and maybe like Fish being on AEW next week is simply just because he's free and clear. And it's, you know, it'll get people talking, I guess. So yeah, NXT call-ups to me, like there is one that could not be more clear to get done, and that is L.A. Knight to Monday Night Raw.
It's
Monday night is
Monday's night.
Right, like Monday night is LA night. Like it literally writes itself. It literally writes itself. That guy is made.
It's a good thing I don't watch wrestling on Mondays. Man,
Neither do I. I watch sports
They
entertainment.
would do me a heckin' solid if they sent LaKnight to Raw. Especially since Raw Underground doesn't exist anymore. I got no reason to watch Raw. Well, that's not true. Big E is my champion.
That's true. Don't forget
If
that.
if LaKnight goes to Raw, then I want the New Day to go to SmackDown. That's what I want. I would send send Roman to Raw. Give him the red belt back.
Can you make a new red Universal title? Can we like
no.
You know, but
it's red.
It's got some bad stuff on it, man.
It's red. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
Red. It's raw. It's the power of blood.
This is where they should do the black
bloodline.
This should do the black title with the, you know how like the women's is like the white with the red and the blue behind the logo. This is where they should do the black strap with the red and the blue.
I don't think that would work great.
You don't think?
No, not with black.
The blue it does. Somebody made an AJ Styles one, and it looked good. Black with a blue behind the logo.
Maybe.
I'm telling you, it would be all right.
If I had to send somebody from NXT to the WWE right now, I think I would send Dakota Kai.
Huh.
She
Okay.
ain't been around. She ain't been around lately. There was talks of her getting called up. Now is the time for Dakota Kai.
I'd be all right with that.
Lead her a team kick. Send her to Raw. Because Raw, God knows they need the women.
Yeah, they really do.
They need some milk.
There's been a lot of talk. Io Shirai.
But she's still got the belts, don't she?
Right. Yeah, that's right. She is we just talked about this last week.
She got tag straps.
She is still an NXT.
They had her
Women's
out.
Tag Team
They had
Champion.
her out to put the titles on the team known as Toxic Attraction. Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the name of that team. Toxic
I don't care
Attraction.
what the name of that team is, as long as brunette Mandy Rose is still there.
Boy.
I
Mandy
didn't know that was the thing I needed
Gigi-
in my life.
Gigi Dolan and Jeannie Jane, JC Jane. Yeah, JC Jane.
Sure.
John Johnsky.
The superstar formerly known as Priscilla Kelly. Is that who we're talking about?
No, that's Gigi Dolan.
Oh, that makes sense. Like Gigi Allen.
That's Gigi Dolan. Where is her name? Where is she? She's not even on the list. She's not even on the list of superstars here.
Well, I think the list I sent you was a list compromised by Mr. Money in the Bank for the Take 3 list, and these are just people that he marked as eligible. Because I think we're like people who are really heavily tied in, with the exception of Tomato Chip, because isn't he the NXT champion?
Yeah, Tomato Champs.
Tomato Chips. I think we were just. I mean, maybe when he made this list, we were assuming that Braun Breaker was going to be coming.
Can you not? Like, I tried to forget about Braun Breaker. I'm on the WWE PC website right now because I gotta find the name of this superstar.
It's
There's Cora Jade. It's not her. That's Gigi Dolan. JC Jane. Yeah.
There it is.
Which in this picture, she kind of looks like Bizarro Indy Hartwell.
Okay.
She looks very much like Indy Hartwell in this picture.
Huh.
Are they on? Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. I need to put. I can't post in the StreamYard, but go to WWEPerformanceCenter.com. Click on About WWE PC. Scroll down. Click Women. You'll see a row that has Indy Hartwell, Io Shirai, Isla Dawn, and Ivy Nile. And the next line over is JC Jane, Jennifer Cantu Iglesias, Jessie Kamea, and Ginny. And you can't tell me that in a different world, Indy Hartwell and JC Jane are related. If you're a Marvel fan, you would say that JC Jane is the variant of Indy Hartwell. They look very similar.
I can't see
in the face.
Picture. Oh man. Can I share my screen on this? I don't think I can.
You can. You should be able to. Click the down there, the little share button.
Okay. Share screen. Oh, okay. Hold up. Let me move this over here for a second because I have multiple screens.
Yep.
So let me pop that over there.
We're gonna do a real life.
I'm gonna take our little thingy out because I don't know if that'll impact it. So share screen. So I need to go this guy over here.
Okay. So there's JC Jane. You see her. Now, if you go one to the left, look at JC Jane and look at Indy Hartwell.
Holy hell.
They're the same person except the tan.
A little bit.
In the face. It's all in the face.
Boy, we need to utilize this a little bit more. I don't even know who half these people are.
Oh God.
Well,
I would
anyway.
love to do like a go through all of the website of everyone and just take pictures of wrestlers and be like, who
Who
is
is
this?
this? Who is
Just
it?
like the AEW roster, the Impact roster,
Who the hell is this?
205 Live.
Oh my God.
Like
That'd be
get
rough.
ready to pick out Trey Baxter in a lineup. Get
I have
ready.
no idea who that is.
Um,
Or what's
but
the name of the Singapore kid? There's a Singapore dude.
hell if I know, Tim.
Dante something. I gotta
Dante
find him.
Martin.
Not Dante Martin, you bum. What's his name?
Not I have no clue who you're talking about. Are we
I
talking
had
about on the men's roster?
Yeah, on the men's roster. I'm looking on the PC right now. Because they may not have his new TV name on here.
Oh, why is they still have Finn Balor listed on this
On the PC.
on the PC?
Yeah, man.
Oof.
Where is
Hideki Suzuki? Is that who you're talking about?
No. He's not from Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah,
I just need to
Singaporean.
keep scrolling and try and find the Singapore.
Yeah, he ain't on there. Hold on. WWE Singapore wrestler. Dante Chen.
Dante. Yeah, I have no.
Dante Chen.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
No
who that
idea
is.
who that is.
Yeah, man, Dante Chen. He smiles a lot.
But I'm curious. I am curious to see in terms of call ups, who and how many there are. I don't know. I don't know that we get a ton, but like if you're going to reload the roster, and like I think there's more potential for women's call ups than there are men's, just because you're looking at rosters that are small, and also the fact that like Bailey still out for a while, Alexa's going to be out for a little while, like Dana Brooke. I don't know where she is. I know there was like a pregnancy rumor a little while ago. But she hasn't been used. Lacey Evans is still out because she is pregnant. There's just,
Brigante.
like there just is not a lot of women on this roster. So I feel like this is a really good opportunity for them to shake things up in a good way. So I am curious to see where they go here with the draft. Tim, any other thoughts on the draft? Anybody else you want to see come up? Anybody else you want to see stay where they are? Anybody else you want to see move around?
I just don't want WWE to just raid SmackDown. I do not want a SmackDown raid. Like,
Okay, yeah.
Y'all need to leave me some people on SmackDown, please.
Well, and here's what I don't want them to do. And I feel like they do this more times than not when it comes to these drafts, where like you have good storylines on one show, in this case, SmackDown, and you have storylines on another show, in this case, Monday Night Raw, and you just take the Monday storylines and move them to Friday, and you take the Friday storylines and you move them to Raw. You've done nothing to shake up your rosters except for this is now on the red brand, this is now on the blue brand. Like
Exactly, Bix, exactly.
You know what I mean? So make a change. This is your one time a year where you make a change, where you, and not that you can't make a change throughout the year, because let's be honest, it's wrestling, it's sports entertainment. You can have quote unquote trades, you can have superstar invitationals, you can have somebody's just going to show up here because they were tired of being on the other show.
RASSLIN, that's
right.
wrestling.
It's the same reason why wins and losses matter in AEW, but wins and losses don't matter that much in AEW. Like, it's wrestling. So like But if you're making it a point to be like, this is the big time of the year where we shake up everything and we get that promo from Vince McMahon or the vignette
Time
from
to
Vince
shake
McMahon.
things up a bit.
Shake things up. We're gonna do it all.
It turns me on.
Like, just don't just change the color of the lights for the storyline. That's all I want.
That's my biggest problem with a lot of this is that like
Yeah.
you just like remember last draft they sent Ray, Dominic, Seth, and Bud Murphy
Right.
from Raw to SmackDown.
Right. So like, yeah, I mean, exactly. It's it would literally just be like trading the bloodline in the New Day. And like, I feel like we always get like those situations with what I would almost like to see them do is because we fully expect, like, okay, so let's say Damian Priest gets drafted to SmackDown. We almost expect the next pick to be Nakamura to Raw because Raw needs a secondary title, just like this. But like, what I'd like to see is Raw take Damian Priest and then with their next pick, take Nakamura. So now you have both of those titles on Raw. And everybody's like, what the shit? Why is there not a secondary title on SmackDown? Well, in a month, you have Survivor Series, where we know that both brands are in the building, even though they always are during pay-per-views. But it's red versus blue. So why wouldn't somebody on SmackDown, when we're doing those invasion things, where Natalia's grabbing Matt or Zack Ryder by the nuts, trying to, as the SmackDown's invading Monday Night Raw. Why wouldn't somebody from SmackDown challenge Nakamura or Damian Priest for their title at Survivor Series? You know,
Or Friday night, Nakamura gets drafted to Raw. Monday night, there's a Nakamura versus Damian Priest match where the loser's title goes to SmackDown.
there you go. Something. Be creative with it.
Like which champion stays champion?
I like it. Yeah, just be a little.
You could do that with the tag titles.
Be a little creative with something. Make it less predictable. Actually, shake things up. That's what I hope to see.